Iceland has declared a state of emergency, with police officials urging residents to evacuate the coastal town of Grindavik following an intense wave of earthquakes in the southwest of the country linked to a possible volcanic eruption. Experts have warned that an underground magma tunnel between a pair of Icelandic towns. Officials in Iceland are preparing for an imminent volcanic eruption from a submerged tunnel of magma, which could unleash superhot lava flows on nearby towns, a vital power plant and an iconic tourist destination. Nearly 800 quakes were recorded between midnight and 2 p.m. on Friday, with the shallowest at a depth of 3 to 3.5 kilometers, 1.86 to 2.18 miles, according to the Icelandic Meteorological Office. In statements Friday, Iceland's Civil Protection Agency said a magma tunnel that is forming could reach Grindavik. But as of Friday evening, the Icelandic authority said it has been impossible to tell if and where the magma might break through to the surface. On November 14, MO sensors near Grindavik detected sulfur dioxide, a toxic volcanic gas, seeping out of the ground, IMO representatives wrote on X. This has led to speculation that an eruption could release high levels of the toxic gas, which could impact anyone who remains in the area. A swarm of intense earthquakes in Reykjanes Peninsula, Iceland began on October 24, 2023, due to a magmatic intrusion underneath the area. The frequency and intensity of the earthquakes dramatically increased November 10, with 20,000 tremors recorded by that time, the largest of which exceeded magnitude 5.2. An evacuation was ordered in the town of Grindavik, which is located near the area of the seismic activity. Large-scale subsidence in and around the town is reported to have caused significant damage. The tunnel of molten rock, known as a magma dike, stretches for around 9.3 miles between Grindavik and Sundnuk in Iceland's Reykjanes Peninsula. The underground dike has triggered thousands of earthquakes and caused significant ground deformation that has opened up sinkholes in the surface and cracks in nearby buildings and roads. As a result, local residents have been evacuated. It is clear that we are dealing with events that we Icelanders have not experienced before, at least not since the eruption in Vestmannaeyjar. We faced that together, we will face this together and we will not lose heart, the Civil Protection Agency added. The lava is extremely hot, between 1,100 and 1,200 degrees Celsius and can shoot out of the ground, Malcolm Hole, a volcanologist at the University of Aberdeen, said in a video posted on X. However, the molten rock has the same sort of runniness as golden syrup, so lava flows will move very slowly across the surface. The 2023 earthquakes come 4 years after tremors began near the volcanic mountain Orbjörn, which indicated that volcanism on the Reykjanes Peninsula was resuming after 800 years of inactivity. Four magmatic intrusions have formed since December 2019, 3 of which have erupted about 9 kilometers to the east at the Fagradalsfjall volcano in 2021, 2022 and 2023. The 4th intrusion has not yet resulted in an eruption. The present volcanic activity is associated with the Reykjanes/Svartsengi volcanic system, which extends into the sea south of Grindavik, while the earlier activity at Fagradalsfjall is associated with the separate volcanic system to the east. The world-famous Blue Lagoon thermal pool in the area has already closed due to the ongoing seismic activity. Since 2021, there has been an eruption almost every 12 months, and the latest one took place in July south of Iceland's capital Reykjavik. The land of fire and ice, Iceland, is a natural wonderland where the freezing forces of glaciers and Arctic weather are constantly battling with the Earth's fierce heat. The result is a world of dramatic contrasts across a stark landscape, with a beauty like nowhere else. Iceland's volcanoes define the nature of the land, creating endless fields of moss-coated lava, sweeping plains of black sand, jagged peaks, hot springs, geysers, and vast craters. Iceland's entire surface is made of volcanic rock, most of it basalt, the rock that forms when lava cools. Iceland's towering cliffs and jagged islands and reefs are all made of basalt. When basalt cools in particular ways, it forms the hexagonal rock columns that you can see on the south coast of Iceland and in other places. Iceland sits on a tectonic plate boundary that continually splits apart, pushing North America and Eurasia away from each other along the line of the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. It is home to 32 active volcanoes. Volcanic eruptions and earthquakes follow each other. Parts of Iceland are frequently shaken by earth tremors. Catastrophic earthquakes occur at longer intervals than the volcanic eruptions. Some of the worst earthquakes devastated large areas of southern Iceland in 1784 and 1896. There are over 100 volcanoes on the central plateau which have not erupted in the past 1,000 years and between 30 and 40 that are active, meaning that they have erupted within the last few centuries. The most famous and active volcano in Iceland is Mount Hekla, which has erupted 18 times since 1104, the last time in 2000. A typical submarine eruption occurred on the Reykjanes Ridge in 1963, resulting in a new island, Surtsey, which forms part of the same archipelago as Jaime. It emerged from a depth of 130 m during an eruption which lasted until 1967. About 32 active volcanic systems can be found under the island in all parts of the country other than Westfjords. In addition to being on the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, Iceland is also located above a hot spot. A hot spot refers to abnormally high magma activity. Other famous hot spots are Yellowstone National Park and Hawaii. The main active volcanoes in Iceland run along a curved central line roughly from northeast to southwest. From north to south, the volcanoes' names are Krafla, Askja, Lakifagrafjall, Grimsvatn, Hekla, Vatnajökull, and Katla, followed by Jaime and Surtsey on the Westman Islands. Grimsvatn is the most active volcano in Iceland. The same geological activity that creates the volcanoes provides an endless supply of geothermal energy. Over 90% of housing in Iceland is heated by natural geothermal heat.